I'm Polly from Penhaligon's Friends. I just want to share with you a really simple idea that you can use with young people to help them think about the memories that they have when someone special to them has died. So this is an idea of using memory stones, and you can use it with groups of young people or children on a one-to-one basis, and you just need to have, each child will need to have 3 individual stones. Sometimes it's helpful to have them sort of laid out so that they can choose their own stones, because they're stones that they can then hold on to. So first of all, you need to have stones that look rough and sort of jagged and not so pretty to look at. And you'll get the child to pick one up themselves. And then first of all, perhaps to hold it up and think about, what does it look like? It looks sharp, it looks irregular, it looks jagged. And then to get them to have a feel of it, so hold it in the palm of their hands and have a feel of it. And again, it might feel cold, perhaps sharp edges, feel sharp, not so nice to hold perhaps. And then to think about this in sort of an analogy of thinking about their memories, so the memories of that person that's died, to kind of think that some memories that we have are quite painful and difficult to hold on to, and we don't like to think about them so much. They hurt when we think about them. So that stone can represent those difficult memories, and that might be sort of memories, even when perhaps children feel guilty about something that's happened, maybe something happens that they know they feel guilty about, particularly now that person has died, or if there's been a traumatic death, some of those memories may be very painful for them to think about what happened, or if it was an anticipated death because somebody perhaps had cancer, but that child perhaps saw the person deteriorate over the time, and seeing them unwell and not comfortable, that might be a really painful memory for that child or young person to hold on to. So keeping hold of that stone, but going on to the next one. So the next stone that they choose is a much more rounded, smoother stone, normal looking stone, and same as before, to get the child to hold that stone up and have a look at it and think, what does it look like? It looks much smoother than the last stone, it looks much more rounded. And then to have a feel of it as well, so what does it feel like? This one perhaps feels a little bit colder, but not quite as cold as the rugged, rough stone. It feels much smoother though, it feels much easier to hold. And this stone again is then going to represent sort of those normal everyday memories that we have of someone when they've died. And this may be just general everyday, what they cooked for that person, perhaps when they met them, the conversations they may have had, even just perhaps what their favourite packet of crisp flavour was, or what their favourite drink was, something that they remember that was very normal and a normal memory that they want to hold on to. And so this represents those normal everyday memories. And then the last stone that they're going to choose is have a look at a much prettier stone that perhaps represents pretty things, memories that they want to hold on to. So similar as before, they would look at it, what does it look like? It looks pretty, it's glowing, it's nice to look at. And what does it feel like? Maybe this one might feel a bit warmer, it still feels smooth, so easy to sort of remember. But this represents, those memories that were much special, those days that they perhaps did something that was unusual together, or perhaps something was said or given to them. So those memories that they really want to hold on to, and they like to think about, and those are that represent those much easier memories. Now, all 3 of these stones, you can say that they all can still be remembered and kept in our memory bank, in our mind, about that person. So all 3 can still be together, and that's okay. These memories will be together at times, and some of them are going to be much easier to remember or want to remember them, but it's to try and help them to think about and understand that actually we will have difficult memories, but that's okay. We need to remember those at times too, and most of the time these memories will be really easy to remember, and these very special ones will be absolutely very easy to remember, but they all sort of stay under the same roof. So the child or the young person might want to look after these and keep these to help remember those different memories, and they could be kept perhaps in an organza bag or of somewhere of that child's choice. So if you're doing it perhaps at school, you could just get them to then take these stones home and keep in a special place so that they can remember those different types of memories that they may have. All right, thank you.